And welcome to episode 19 of the News That Broke Glass. I've had a little 2-week extended holiday in the Scottish Highlands, so there's not been an episode, and I've got so much fucking shit to cover. And I was expecting to have my Noble's Bard pint glasses, but they're not here, so I've got to use the plastic alternative. But hey ho, it's merch. Now, let's first things fucking first. Nick fucking Gage turned up in AEW on Wednesday night. MJF's got some sort of 5 labours, I think they're called, for Chris Jericho. So Chris Jericho's got to fight 5 people before he gets a match with MJF. I don't watch a lot of AEW, but anyway, Nick fucking Gage, see here, Nick Gage fucking came out. MDK all fucking day. We can got my fucking Nick Gage t-shirt I got in Atlantic City at TOS4 on today for tonight's match with him against that fucking cunt Matt Cardona. But Nick Gage, my favourite wrestler of all time, turned up on a fucking W with a pizza cutter and said he was going to carve Chris Jericho up. Like, what fucking world are we fucking living in? So next week on Wednesday it's going to be Gage and Jericho in a no DQ match. I don't think there's going to be light tubes, I don't think there's going to be glass, but I think it's going to be fucking amazing. And I'm so proud and happy for Nick Gage to get this opportunity in this shop. The man's done. There's people writing online. The only thing with this is it's going to bring all the dickheads who hate deathmatch wrestling out of the woodwork, and they're going to call him a con, and they're basically just going to say everything that Jim Cornette says. Well, fuck them, because it's fucking happy. It's good for the deathmatch community, because the deathmatch community might be a small niche group of fans and wrestlers, but we're fucking passionate and loyal, and we'll all be fucking tuning in on Wednesday to watch him fucking carve up Chris Jericho. So that's going to be fucking awesome. But it is going to bring all the dickheads out, all the naysayers out. But fuck those people. People calling Nick Gage a sellout. The man's done death matches for 20 fucking plus years. He can do whatever he wants to do. It's fine. He's Nick fucking Gage. Anyway, we'll just go over. I'm going to later on in the show. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different shows to sort of review. So I'm going to go over the previews first. So tonight is Saturday. It is going to be. I've got so many notes on my phone as well. We have got GCW's Homecoming in Atlantic City. So we're going to go through the matches. We've got 6-man scramble: Shane Mercer, Akis Kogar, Jordan Oliver, Braden Lee, Dante Leon, Jack Cartwheel. GCW 6-man. I don't know why Akis Kogar's been relegated to the 6-man, but hopefully he fucking wins that. We've got AJ Gray against Nolan Edward. I'd probably be more excited about that, but Nolan Edward not doing any more death matches. Ninja Mac against Tony Deppen would be fucking great. Marco Stunt coming in from the from the AEW to fight Starboy Charlie. That'll be good. 2 little guys kicking the fuck at each other. Grim Reaper's going to be against the 2 Cold Scorpio. We have got the GCW Tag Team Championships are now back in American soil, because in Mexico in Zona 23, the unlikely tag team of the hated rivals, it's like Dreamer and Raven, they hate each other and they somehow beat at Zona 23. We're going to talk about that. But they beat Siglo Pay and Medio Extremo and ended their 9,100 day run, and they are now the fucking GCW Tag Team Champions. The belts are back. Hopefully we get new belts, because they've had those belts since like GCW pretty much existed. The blue titles, they are going to be fighting the Second Gear Crew and Mance Warner and Matthew Justice, so that'll be fucking awesome. I don't know, I mean, when you think about the GCW Tag Teams, who do we have? Iron Beast, Second Gear Crew, Bussy, 440, maybe 4 or 5 different tag teams. Then we've got a match where I will talk about Japan later on. Drew Parker, the UK born and bred man, who now lives in Japan, is the first Gaijin to win the Big Japan Championship. He won it yesterday, beating Sakamoto, and I think he's the first Gaijin to win that belt since Zandig won it in like 99 or 2000 or whatever. So holy fuck, pretty sure the first British guy to win the Big Japan Deathmatch Championship, first British guy to win any sort of big major fucking Deathmatch Championship on that level. He's going to fight Alex Colon for the GCW Ultraviolent Championship. So Big Japan champion against Alex Colon tonight. It's fucking insane. And then main event, the man, the god, the king, the ratings god for AEW, Nick fucking Gage, is going to be murdering and slicing up Matt Cardona in what we all assume will be a death match with light tubes. So we'll see how Matt can handle the violence. That is night 1. for Homecoming. We've also got night 2, if I could find it. There's also a H2O show on in the afternoon on the Sunday, which is on the 25th. But apparently that's not being broadcast. That's going to be on IWA TV like a couple of days later or something. They're not streaming it live, supposedly, for some reason. Who knows? We've got Joey Janela against Akis Kogar, which will probably be the main event. That'll be fucking good. Akis did a good promo about Joey Janela. Really looking forward to that match. Ruckus is against Calvin Tankman. That'll be interesting. Jonathan Gresham's turning up against Starboy Charlie. Dickinson's against Cesar Bononi, who I believe... Cesar Bononi. I've heard that name. I think he was meant to... I'm sure he's been in ICW Nold's Bard. I recognise that name. Jordan Oliver's against Jack Cartwheel. Then we've got a tag team match, which is Dante Leon and Ninja Mac against the Second Gear crew of Justice and Mans Warner. So Ninja Mac's going to get thrown about like fuck. And Penelope Ford from AEW is coming back to GCW to fight Ali Catch. So, I mean, that'll be decent. The H2O show, I will cover more. There'll be going to be a lot more coverage of H2O, which on Tuesday, which is when the next episode of this is going to be recorded, because I do not have enough time today to go over H2O Can't Take Me Alive, because I have not seen it yet. There's too much fucking wrestling going on. And the H2O show that's on the afternoon, at the Showboat on the 25th, we will be talking about that next time as well. But there's lots of good stuff. Ricky Shane Page against G Raver in a casket match. There's tag team titles. There's scramble matches. There's fucking loads of shit. I'll just get on it. I'll just do it right now. We'll talk about just the preview for it. Where are we? H2O, come on. My cat's coming in to speak to me. She's missed me for 2 weeks. Bless her. Right, where are we? So, we've got Ricky Shane Page against G Raver. We've got Kogar against Kennedy Copeland for the Danny Havoc Hardcore title. Drew Blood is wrestling Nolan Edward. We've got Tony Deppen against Austin Luke. Mickey Knuckles and Jimmy Lyon are teaming up to take on the tag team champ, which is the fucking Bev and Eric Ryan. There's a number 1 contenders match for the Danny Havoc Hardcore title. Lowlife Louie, Stockade, or Cade, I believe is his new name. Jeff Cannonball and Declan Grant. There's a hybrid championship match, which has got young kids in it, and Lucky 13, and Gregory Irons, and Brandon Kirk. Then there's a 6-man extravaganza, Kit Osborne, Bam Sullivan, fucking hell. And what's his name? Dan O'Hare has returned to Deathmatch Wrestling and wrestling in general, and he is another team with Mouse. Fucking lots and lots of fucking shit. And we will quickly go on to ICW Nold's Bard updates for the Pit 3, which is Friday, August 13th at the 502 Bar in San Antonio, Texas. We've now got Eric Ryan against Akira. This is not the first time this has happened. That'll be fucking awesome. And Reed Bentley was meant to be fighting Justin Kyle, but Reed Bentley is otherwise indisposed. He's got commitments or something elsewhere, so unfortunately Reed Bentley's not going to be there. So Justin Kyle's going to be fighting a guy who I don't think I've ever seen, Brian Keith. That'll be interesting. And then NHB 17, it's going to be 17. We do not have Bloodshed happenings now, thanks to Bloodshed stuff. Dates rearranged and all sorts of shit. Roll the punches, you know, that's the way we go. Saturday, August 14th in the Vibes Event Centre. We have now got 2 fucking matches that look fucking awesome. First of all, Justin Kyle's against Brandon Kirk. That'll be fucking good. And from Japan, Nightmare Freddy and Headhunter A are tagging together to take on Satu Jin and Neil Diamondcar. What the fuck? Like, that's fucking insane matches. We have got a little preview for IWA Mid-South's King of the Death Matches 21, which is supposedly, according to Ian Rotten, going to be the last King of the Death Matches. This is Indianapolis, Indiana, and Southside Turners in German Park. I will just get the card up here. We've got... There's 24 people in this deathmatch tournament, so if I could quickly find it. We'll quickly go through. Right, so these are all the matches we've got. We've got a World Series of Glass. Each cabin will at least have a dozen light tubes. Insane Lane against Schlack. Everything including the kitchen sink match. Bam Sullivan against Ricky Shane Page. Death from above, so that'll be like the light tube sort of things in the corner contraptions and hit into them and they'll fall down. Aero Boy against Dale Patricks. Taipei Double Hell Deathmatch, Neil Diamond Cutter against Jake Christ. We've got Four Corners of Pain, which is always interesting. Eric Ryan against Shane Mercer. They had a really good match at TOS 5 last year, so interesting to see that. We have got Dan O'Hare coming back, like I said. Light Tube Bundles Call of the Wind Deathmatch. Cactus with shark and alligator tooth boards on them. So Dan O'Hare's against Akis Kogar. We've got a Home Run Derby match. Logan James, who I don't think I've seen wrestle, maybe I have, is going to be against Rebecca Payne. We've got In Through the Door Deathmatch. Gusset Plate doors, barbed wire doors, light tube doors, carpet strip doors. Captain of Valentine against Orin Vite. It's Electrifying Deathmatch. Electrified tubes, electrified bulbs and bug zappers. They use them in Big Japan, they're fucking cool. Kevin Giza is going to be murdered by Masada. We've got Fans Bring the Weapons, John Wayne Murdoch against Ian Rotten, really looking forward to that, that'll be good. Barbed Wire Madness Texas Bull Rope match, The Bev, Bobby Beverly against Mance Warner. And finally, You've Got Me on Pins and Needles and Nails Deathmatch, Pits of Push Pins, Tacks, Styrofoam Board of Sewing Needles and Bed of Nails, Otis Kogar against Jeff fucking Cannonball. So that'll be fucking good, that'll be interesting. Also, the night after, who do I think is going to win King of the Death Matches? I would like to say Dale Patricks or Neil Diamond Cutter, but I am just a biased mark for both those guys. Now, Pro Wrestling Trainwreck has also got a show. This is the day after, and this is August 1st, called The Party Never Ends. We'll just get a little run up of the matches for this. Where are we? Right. So this is in Indianapolis, Indiana, in Meridian Street. So I assumed it was going to be the same place as King of the Death, but apparently not. It's the day after. Doors 3:30, bell time 4 PM. So we've got Triple Threat, Total Elimination, Aero Boy, Marcus Mathers, Hunter Drake. First time ever, Eric Ryan against Logan James. First time ever, this is weird, this is a first time ever, Jake Christ against Orin Vite. Tennessee Sunshine Billy Tipton against Stiff Robo Ginger Gary J. And the winner will Deathmatch Armageddon. The winner gains a spot in SF, so that'll be Southern Sickness Cup against King of the Death Matches. So they're going to have a Southern Sickness Cup against King of the Death Matches show. That'll be fucking interesting. So all the people announced: John Wayne Murdoch, Satu Jin, Otis Kogar, Zodiac, Herzog, Phoenix Kid, Eric Dillinger, Josh Crane, Aidan Way, Ricky Norin, Damon Spriggle, I love that name, Insane Lane, Dale Patricks and Kevin Giza, so that'll be fucking interesting. Now we'll just move on to No Peace Underground has got a new show. This is in Texas. This is August 13th, which will be on the same day as, is it the same day? It's the same day as the Pit, but it's on at night. It's an 11:30 PM thing. That'll be on IWA TV. It's called Acts of Annihilation, and we've got some matches for this. We've got Brian Keith, who's that guy who was at in the Pit against Justin Kyle, is against Zicky Dice. Sawyer Wreck is against Neil Diamond Cutter. Fuck yeah, that'll be great. I can't love Sawyer Wreck. Neil Diamond Cutter's awesome. I mean, I have to assume that the next show Neil Diamond Cutter will get his world title match that he won as Asmodeus. We've got Colby Carino against Dante Leon. We've also got Aero Boy against John Wayne Murdoch. So that'll be fucking good. And apparently there's two No Peace Underground shows in Las Vegas on the 20th and the 22nd of August called Rituals. And part one, we've got a match, Kennedy Copeland, good for her, against Dark Sheep. That'll be good, hopefully Kennedy wins. And Eric Ryan is appearing, the champion, so I have to assume that he's going to be fighting Neil at that show. And part two, we've got Treehouse Lee announced, and then we've also got a match with Chris Bay against Akis Kogar. So, I mean, fair fucking go. Now, there is also finally a deathmatch tournament announced in Australia by Deathmatch Down Under, which is Dream, which is Death Rules Everything Around Me. An interesting name. They're all got clever creative names, Deathmatch Down Under. This is the 21st of August, and we've got 4 names announced so far. There'll probably be more names when I have to fucking edit this video. It would not surprise me. We've got Callan Butcher, Damian Rivers, Vixen and Mad Dog. I would like to see that Callum Butcher will probably win this tournament, and I don't know what the other 4 names would be. I'd imagine Guido would be announced and various people like that. And talking of deathmatch tournaments, Matt Tremont put up a thing on his Facebook where it's basically just a picture of Matt Tremont's bloody face, and it's Tremont's Deathmatch tournament, and it is coming soon. So there's going to be a match, and it's not connected to or any logos or anything to H2O. I assume it'll be in the H2O building. I have no idea. Maybe this is where Tremont is going to fight Onita, because there's a little promo where Tremont's wife was like, "You need to answer Onita," and Tremont walked away from her. So maybe Tremont against Onita. Who knows? But there's a Matt Tremont Deathmatch tournament coming. Fucking crazy shit. Like, I think Tremont is coming back. And quickly we'll go on to Japan. So like I said, Drew Parker wins the Big Japan Deathmatch Championship. The first non-Japanese champion since Zandig, the first British champion. It's amazing. There's also, I mean, it's going to be at Homecoming tonight. So fucking happy for Drew Parker. He's such a good wrestler. Such a nice guy as well. Also September, Big Japan goes on tour from the 15th to the 20th for the Hokkaido tour. Various different shows, various different death matches. I'll put them up here. And as previously we were talking about Onita, FMWE's Burnout, which is the show which will be taking place on the 15th of August, which the main event, I think it's a 6-man tag. Hello, Niwi. My cat's missed me being away up in the Highlands, haven't you, little fat monster? Who's a fat little monster? Yes, you are. Oh, you want your belly rubbed. Oh, yo. Can't see her in the camera, but she's got a fat little belly out. I think it's going to be another 6-man thing with Onita on one team, Shadow WX on the other team. I have a feeling that I saw something with Osami Kodaka's announced for, I think, Onita's team. Anyway, but apparently this show will take place outdoors, and they're going to use triple the gunpowder that they used at the July 4th show. So, fucking hell, that's fucking crazy. And before I get into all these reviews, as I say, there was a 2-week break between the last episode and this episode just because I was on holiday. But before, I know anyway, it's not been nice being on. My friend looked after my cat and she missed me. Before I get on to all the reviews, which will take a little while, we have got 2 names announced for the Rise Games of Death Tour tournament, which I'm going to, and it's on November 8th in Leeds. Get your fucking tickets while you can. They are going to sell out ASAP. And 2 of the guys that are meant to be in GOD2 when it was announced for fucking back in 2020 is Casanova Valentine and Schlack are coming over, so I'll get to see those 2 gentlemen in Leeds, and we are bringing light tubes with us. And that is all the news to cover. I believe we have just got to go into these reviews now. Right, so these are the reviews that I missed during my little holiday. And hello Nelly, do you want to come up? My cat pestering me all day now. We'll be going over, so this was on the 9th of July at the Marion County Fairgrounds and the Event Centre. I didn't even realise this was the same place where they held GCW's Spring Break last year, well, one of the Spring Breaks, where Matt Tremont fought Alex Colon in Tremont's final GCW match so far. But, hello Nelly, you can't see me. But right, so we'll go over NHB 15. This was on the 9th of July. So we had Daniel Garcia against Matt Makowski. Good fucking match, pretty short. Brett Eisen beat Vincent Nothing. Now I'm just going over this all by memory because it was a little while ago. Look at my little cat. Look at her, isn't she beautiful? Good to see Brett Eisen back. Glad Vincent Nothing lost, to be honest. I'm not really that keen on Vincent Nothing. He's alright though. Then we had a fucking awesome match between Calvin Tankman and Justin Kyle. Then we had, who was it? Somebody was injured. I believe it was Sick Boy, couldn't get into the US, so Sick Boy wasn't there, unfortunately. For these things happen, people, visas and passports and all this fucking bullshit. So Schlack's replacement was Kevin Giza. Schlack beat Kevin Giza fairly handily in a very short match, light tube doors and things like that. Then we got a really good match, I thought, which was Dale Patrick's beat Tommy Vendetta, who I'd never seen before. This man's got fucking charisma for fucking days. Bring him back, please. Love Tommy Vendetta, love Dale Patrick's. Patrick's did a big swanton bomb to the outside through like a guardrail, and there was light tube shots, and it was awesome. Then we got probably one of the better matches of the night, as Neil Diamond Cutter beat Brandon Kirk in a bloody affair, which was awesome. Now this is my memory to try and remember all this shit, so I need to have this on my phone. Then We had the Bloodbath Behemoth Tank defeats Satu Jin in a good fucking match. I think he had a pane of glass put over him and Tank ran into it like a cannonball thing into the pane of glass. The glass, I will say, for these ICW shows was a pain in the fucking ass. That's not a pun. The glass would like not break, it was too thick, then people would run into it, like in the next match I'm going to talk about, they'd run into it, it wouldn't break, it would fall to the outside, it would shatter. So that fucking Indiana glass, fucking say Japanese glass everybody was calling it. So the 6-man main event, which everybody was looking forward to, which was only dampened slightly by the glass. My phone is a pain in the ass, get away, Navy. Which was 440, Akis Kogar, good to see him back in ICW. Bobby Beverly and Eric Ryan beat the Rejects. There's a nasty fucking spot of Akira, John B. Murdoch and Reed Bentley. There's a nasty spot where Akis Kogar went to give John B. Murdoch the headlock driver off the top of the thing through a pane of glass on 2 chairs, but they kind of slipped and they fell, and obviously the glass was like very thick and didn't break, and the way they fell onto it, the kind of pane of glass went up like that, and it was like right into Atticus' stomach. He was okay. He was. I think he got a little bit injured from it, but Jesus Christ, that was fucking scary just because of that fucking glass. Anyway, Atticus fucking jumped off the top as well and kicked a chair into fucking Akira, I think. But finally, I believe something happened. Akira did manage, Atticus Kogar did manage to do a headlock driver eventually through a pane of glass. It finally broke, looked cool, but fuck's sake, that glass was fucking bullshit. I don't know where they got it from. Scary. But then Eric Ryan ran in and rolled up. I think maybe John Wayne Murdoch gave a brainbuster or something to Akis Kogar, I think, and then Eric Ryan just ran in and rolled up John Wayne Murdoch. So 4-4-0-1, pretty fucking good. Good to see Ron Neely back on commentary as well. Well, I suppose he was at the other shows. This is my mind is just fried with so much fucking wrestling. Then we'll go to NHB 16. This was the next night. This was on the 10th. We had Gary J defeated Aaron Williams. Good to see fucking Aaron Williams. Like, that was a really good match. Stiff fucking match. Aaron Williams was even fucking bleeding. Dale Patricks beat Brandon Kirk in a fucking sick affair. I don't even know how Dale Patricks do. He just limps around, gets the fucking shit kicked out of him, bleeds buckets, and then like usually wins. And he's also got a fucking broken toe. Then we had a fantastic match where Neil Diamond Cutter beat Akira, and both these men are going to be facing Masada in Texas, and I hope Neil Diamond Cutter beats Masada, and I hope Neil Diamond Cutter becomes the new American Deathmatch champion. Then we had the match I was probably most looking forward to, the 4-way home run derby deathmatch, Casanova Valentine, The Boss, Danny DeManto, Tank, and Satu Jin, and Satu Jin ended up winning. There was like elbow drops off the top through tables, and there was a little light tube with a face on it called Hank. They got destroyed. They put like a funny little tribute to Hank video. I'm sure Satu Jin blasted it over Danny's head. That was funny. It was a bit, it was a good fucking match. There's bats and glass and just everything. Satu Jin, I think, basically got Tank back from the night before, ran into the corner, smashed the glass into Tank, and he won. And you're like, holy shit, Satu Jin beat like those 3 fucking guys. Crazy. He's getting a fucking little push as well. Fucking good for him. I love Satu Jin. Then we had Eric Ryan beat Oren Veit. I think there was little buckets of glass and there was doors. That was fucking good. They were both fucking pretty. Eric Ryan just bleeds buckets all the time. He's just covered in blood constantly. Fucking great. Glad he won. And then we also had probably my favourite ICW match. I don't know, maybe this was the main event. Reed Bentley beat Bobby Beverly in a violent fucking affair. Have Bobby Beverly in every show, every match. I love Bobby Beverly, he's so fucking underrated. Reed Bentley won. Good to see the Bev win. I'd like to see Neil Diamond Cutter against the Bev in a violent panes of glass light tubes death match. That'd be fucking good. It might have happened already, but my memory is fried from sitting out in the sun and drinking beer for the last 2 weeks. And then we had the main event. Justin Kyle against John Wayne Murdoch in a death match, which was Justin Kyle done amazing. He was doing taker dives to the outside, he was being blasted with light tubes and panes of glass, and he did amazing. John Wayne Murdoch's always fucking amazing, and John Wayne Murdoch retained his title after he gave him the brainbuster on a door that was on fire. Fucking awesome, 2 awesome fucking shows. Commentary always good by Nemean Struggles. Fucking great, and hopefully the next time when I talk about ICW I'll have my nice swanky pint glasses that I'm getting. I believe they're in London as of time of recording this. Now, we move on to, this was on the 10th as well, This was in the afternoon before ICW No Holds Barred 16. There was so much fucking wrestling. Same the Marion County Fairgrounds. Like I saw that building like so many times and saw so many matches, and it was like a week ago now, maybe 2 weeks ago or whatever, and it's just all a blur to me. It's just this is why I'm having to read these notes. I remember what happened vaguely, but I need to. So, AWR was running their Asylum Deathmatch Tournament 2. This was a 24-man deathmatch tournament as well, like King of the Deathmatch. There's so much blood and violence. It's just seeping out my pores. There's so much blood and violence. Aiden Blackheart, I personally don't think you should ever start a deathmatch tournament off with a last man standing match, but they did, and it was good because of the people who were in the match. But it's just a strange gimmick to have open the show, you know, because they usually go quite long. Anyway, Aiden Blackheart beat Otis Kogar. It was sick. Kogar had his little switchblade out and had his tongue's like cut in half, and oh, that man's crazy. Good match though. Light tube shots, violent. Next match, Remington Raw and Madman Pondo had a rematch from No Peace Underground. They two fucking killed it. No Peace Underground, the previous show at the Soundbar, Madman Pondo beat Remington Thor. This time Remington Thor beat Madman Pondo with the cinder block over the head and bashing it. That's such a scary spot like that. They're very good, they're both professionals, and Remington Raw's fucking great. Madman Pondo's awesome, good match. Then we had a three-way ladders and light tubes match. Lucky beat Phoenix Kid and Raven Havoc. Good match. There's like a spot that the camera kind of missed, which, I mean, there's lots of shit going on. There's like a door with light tubes and log cabin style and gusset plates, and Raven Havoc went through that, but fucking hell, that was a scary bump. Raven Havoc, fucking awesome, but Lucky 13 wins. Lucky's great. All the flips and dives and stuff you would expect from a match like this, violent as well. Then we had a background fuckery death match because JJ Escobar didn't fucking turn up. Somebody shot on him, I think it was Dale Patrick's, called him a backyard piece of shit or something like that. I believe he said something along those lines. But I mean, he turned up at the GCW backyard show, but he didn't come to this, so who fucking knows. Anyway, Dale Patrick's beat Cole Radix. Cole Radix is really good. Really fucking good to see him there. It's really fucking stepped up in the deathmatch. He doesn't usually do deathmatch stuff, but he was fucking awesome. Obviously Dale wins because he's fucking Dale Patrick's. Then we had Dysfunction, the man who runs ICW Milwaukee, coming in. Good to see this. He got beat by Neil Diamond Cutter. This was a fucking another sick match. I believe Neil won with a big splash onto Dysfunction. While I was watching these shows as well as my memory being terrible, I was also drinking during this show. Lord have mercy. Then Josh Crane beat Lord Crew. Good to see Lord Crew there, who is half of the Hollywood with Otis Kogar. Josh Crane doing well for himself as well. Managed to get through the first round double corners of hell death match. Awesome. Then we got boards of bullshit matches, and Mickey Knuckles beat Casanova Valentine in a match that was fucking awesome. Really, really good. Mickey Knuckles backstage. There with Danny DeManto. I mean, they obviously had beef in the past over stuff at shows or something years ago. Maybe we'll see Mickey Knuckles in the pit. Who knows, on the chains? I doubt it. And then, speaking of Danny DeManto, in the main event, Akira beat Danny DeManto in a Pains of Glass death match. Like I said about the glass, Danny DeManto was in the corner with the glass, and Akira's fucking throwing chairs, it won't break, and Danny's giving him the fingers. It was really fucking funny. But the glass did not fucking break. That match was fucking sick. Light tubes and glass and everything. Fucking awesome. Then there was just... This was the next night, I believe. I remember probably slightly more of this because I watched it slightly more sober than I did the night before. I'll not go over the... I didn't watch the first two matches. There was a three-way doors, ladders and tables match. I don't believe I watched that. Eric Dillinger beat Braden Lee for the AWR Revolutionary title. I think I might have caught the end of that. And then we had the... I think I was working. I believe I was working that Sunday, so then I caught just the end of the show because it would have been 3 PM or something it started. So that would have been like 9 o'clock for me in the UK. Justin Kyle beat Phoenix Kid in a street fight for the AWR title. Good match. And then we finally get to other matches of the tournament. So a semi-final fucking death match. Dale Patrick's beat Neil Diamond Cutter. This match was fucking awesome. Go out your way to see that. I'm not going to say much about these matches. Just say go and watch fucking AWR's Asylum Deathmatch Tournament 2. Watch ICW No Holds Barred 15 and 16. They're all on IWA TV. $10 a month. You'll get... Those shows are worth the fucking $10. even some of the one, even fucking Justin Kyle against John Wayne Murdoch's worth the $10. Even the Bev, Reed Bentley's worth the $10. So just go and watch them. Listen to me mutter on about them. Then we had a match, pools of like sanitizer, I think it was. And there was like, this was Josh Crane against Mickey Knuckles, and they were like throwing like darts at each other. It was fucking sick. Then we had, and there was a spot on it where I'm sure there was like a pane of glass put over 2 chairs, and there was a pool of sanitizer, like a little kids paddling pool, and I'm sure Mickey Knuckles threw Josh Crane through it, and he went in and he was shaking all the sanitizer, and Josh Crane can sell fucking well. Mickey Knuckles beat him. Then we had a kitchen nightmare deathmatch. I believe there must have been a kitchen sink. Akira beat Lucky 13. Akira going all the way in this fucking tournament. And then we had a Flacca Funhouse deathmatch. Remington Raw beats Aiden Blackheart. I do not remember much of that match, and I'm not sure why. I remember little bits and bobs, but I can't really remember. Then in the main event, which was Final Four, no canvas, tons of glass deathmatch, light tubes, panes of glass, bundles, everything. Akira beat Patrick's Mickey Knuckles and Remington Raw. There's a big spot where Mickey Knuckles got like double suplexed off the top through like light tubes and glass. It was just Remington Raw put on a fucking great performance. All 4 of them did really, really good. And Akira, I think it was after that Mickey Knuckles spot, I'm sure Akira maybe rolled Mickey Knuckles up and won. My god, nearly dying here. And that was the main event. It was great. The Liverpool Lip doing the ring announcing, who was fucking good. I like the commentary team were fucking good as well. I'm not really familiar with who they were, but it was fucking awesome. What was it? So, go your way to watch AWR Asylum Deathmatch Tournament and their other fucking shows as well. Now, the final show that I caught at the Marion County Fairgrounds and Event Centre, this is on the 11th, on the Sunday, was No Peace Underground's Asmodeus, which was a good event. Quite long. It was, I think it started late. Cole Radix beat Levi Everett in a good match, opening match. Then we got probably one of the more interesting matches of the whole weekend. The end, which was Odinson and Paro, defeated the Hallowed, Lord Crew, and it was Kogar, and Killer Be Killed, which was Akira, and it was meant to be Akira and Nolan Edward. Nolan Edward was injured, unfortunately, and Akira teamed up with Hardway Heater. Now, the match itself, the end did win, but the match itself was interesting because Odinson was in the crowd and reading things online and rewatching it and stuff like that. He was, I don't want to say under the influence or anything, but he looked fucking wasted. He was arguing with people in the crowd. He was like kind of like punching like people in the crowd and stuff, and arguing with people and wandering around shouting. And apparently he'd been drinking all day, and it was dangerous. Sort of, it was just a strange, weird thing. He was just kind of running around shouting at people in the crowd, and he was clearly fucked. And strange when the end did win, but Paro was kind of looking at him, and I don't know if we're actually going to see Odinson back in No Peace Underground after that. Anyway, we move on. Kevin Blackwood, beat Ace Austin and Ace Perry in a 3-way, which was really fucking good match. Then we got 6-man scramble, where Bastard Cassidy, Gregory Iron, Jody Threat, Satu Jin, and Sawyer Wreck were defeated by Neil Diamond Cutter. I believe Sawyer Wreck did like a big sort of choke slam on Satu Jin, and then Neil jumped off the top onto Sawyer Wreck and then pinned Satu Jin afterwards. So Neil Diamond Cutter is now the #1 contender for Eric Ryan's championship. Faith in Nothing, Ricky Shane Page, and Vincent Nothing defeated OVE. I did not watch this match, but I've read online that it was apparently one of the worst matches of the weekend, which is strange considering one of them featured an intoxicated Odinson. So strange. It was like Ricky Shane Page's like only match of the weekend as well. So who knows? Then we had Reed Bentley beat Remington Raw in a fucking great match. Remington Raw is fucking awesome. He's Reed Bentley. You know it's going to be good. That match was good. I'll go your way to see that. Then probably the match of the night, or well, this was the main event. Eric Ryan defeated Mickey Knuckles in a light tube death match for the No Peace Underground title. What a fucking match. Mickey Knuckles threw a fucking bundle at Eric Ryan in the back of his head, and there was a huge big cut behind like his ear, and there was just blood, and they were pissing blood. They were both smashing each other and beating the fuck out of each other with light tubes. And I believe Eric Ryan won with the snuff stomp. Then we had a 4-way Orin Vite beat Lucky 13, Shane Mercer and Sonical. Good to see Sonical back. Love all 4 of those guys. Great fucking match. Good for Orin Vite to get the win. Decent fucking match as well. I really like Sonical. I don't know why. There's just something about him. I like his character. And then in the main event, we had Masada against John Wayne Murdoch in a light tube death match, which was fucking awesome. You know what you're going to expect. Go and watch on IWA TV. I can't say enough about that match, or Eric Ryan against Mickey Knuckles. Rest of the show, I'd say watch the Scramble. Reed Bentley, Remington Roar, Eric Ryan, Mickey Knuckles and Masada, John Wayne Murdoch. Everything else was or alright. Like Cole Radix against Everett was okay, but watch those 4 matches. Definitely Eric Ryan, Mickey Knuckles and Masada, John Wayne Murdoch. Now we move on to, I'll just go over the death matches for these shows because that's the only ones I watched. This was GCW Local Fight Club in Houston. This was on the 9th of July. That's what I'm saying. All this stuff happened for ICW and AWR and No Peace Underground, and at the same time GCW were running 2 fucking shows in Texas. Oh god, so much fucking deathmatch wrestling, Jesus Christ. I remember when it just used to be fucking CZW and it just run once a month. Fucking hell. Anyway, I'll just watch the death matches. So Nick Gage against Sadaka, and what a lot of people are calling like one of the best death matches in a long time. Sadaka took Nick Gage to the fucking limit. He was fucked after that match. No wonder there was like a superplex neck breaker thing off the stage through a table. There was light bulbs. Sadaka gave him the big sort of spinning splash with light tubes all over him. There was barbed wire caught in Nick's back, but Nick did fucking win with a pile driver. It was awesome. Nick Gage got a promo afterwards, sort of hyping up Sadaka and everything. It was a fucking great match, saying she's awesome, she's better than the guys. Really good match. Obviously, the only unfortunate thing was Nick was so banged up from the match that he wanted to wrestle next night, but they were, I assume, saving him for Cardona and now Jericho. That he didn't fight Alex Colon the next night, unfortunately. But hey ho, that match with Sadaka was fucking worth it. And then the next night, this was GCW Only Die Once. This was in Dallas, Texas. I watched the death matches. So Schlack beat Sadaka in a violent thing. There's a cool where there's a big spear from Schlack to Sadaka from the apron, like into the chairs outside. Oh, you're a good fat pussycat. You look Sadaka, don't you, Nanny? You should do. Oh, don't break me. Don't break me. Ow! 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 It was good. Schlack won, and I remember the crowd booing it. I think it was just the referee's decision or something happened, and then Schlack went to the back, Schlack came back out, and somebody, I can't remember who it was the Wrestling Unicorns guy, was translating for Sadaka. Give him a like and subscribe and shit on Instagram, the Wrestling Unicorns guys, he's fucking good. I think they wanted they want to keep wrestling, or Sadaka wanted to keep wrestling, or want a rematch or something. But look at this cat, look at her biting me, look at that little monster. But the match was good, just a strange ending. And then we got the Ultraviolent title, because obviously we get no Nick Gage. We had AJ Gray stepping up to fight Alex Colon in a violent, brutal match with light tubes and just what do you expect from Alex Colon and AJ Gray. I mean, I bought these 2 shows on Fight. I'll go back and watch them. Like I spent like $9 each on each of them, or I bought the double pack thing. But I watched the death matches, they were fucking good. This is a death match fucking vodcast, podcast, fucking whatever channel it is. I will get back to watching it because I do want to see Joey Janela against Ninja Mac and Tony Depping against Starboy Charlie. And also the 4-way, oh yeah, Ninja Mac against Jack Cartwheel again. And I want to watch the 4-way, but I'll get to them eventually at some stage. Too much wrestling, not enough time. Stop scratching me, missus. And we have also got results here. I was just going to say we had GCW over in Mexico. From the clips I saw, the violence was unprecedented. Medio Extremo and sorry, not Medio Extremo, Siglope looks like he took a fucking beating that fucking weekend. But on the 16th, so the 16th to the 7th, this was NGX versus GCW. When the North Collide. This was in Mexico. So these are just the matches that the GCW guys had. We had a tag team death match with Seconato, I may get these names wrong, and Sick Boy beat Alex Corleone and G Raver. We had a 3-way death match. I believe this was the one where Cyclope got like Razor's Edge awesome bombed from the ring to the outside through light tubes that were on top of like a pallet, and he went right through it and his back was fucking fucked. So Joe Linder, or Lider, beat Siglope and Eric Ryan. And then we had a 3-way death match where Jimmy Lloyd defeated Aeroboy and Alberto Dos Rios. So this was on the 16th of July. There was also a show on the 17th of July, which was Vanguardia. And then there was GCW against Zona 23. I've already said about the tag team titles situation, but that show is going to be on Fight on July 30th. So once I've watched that show, I'll do a review of that show. Now, I believe that is no, it is not. There is one final thing to talk about, which was Freedom's Deathmatch Carnival Volume 1. This was on the 5th of July. I finally managed to catch the 3 death matches, and I will say they were fucking awesome. Yamashina against Takeda, that match was fucking disgusting, just German suplexes, and there was a big board of forks and they were just dropping each other into them, and just sick, disgusting, just vicious, violent match. Takeda won that. Then we had Yuki and Sakuda beat Sasaki and Kasai in a tag team match. That was brutal. The fucking headbutts that Yuki does are fucking scary. That match was fucking awesome. Jun Kasai, there was like a cinder block bit from the top right to the fucking this barbed wire board on top of Jun Kasai. It was just a brutal match, and Yuki and Sakuda won, which was awesome. And then the main event, Violento Jack ended Segura's reign of terror, and ERE are now in dominant control of the championship. That match was fucking awesome. Panes of glass, it was just vicious. There was like a big massive slam through a pane of glass, and there was like a Spanish fly suplex thing through a pane of glass, and they were kicking the fuck at each other. It was awesome. Like, those 3 matches, you'll be able to find them if you're part of Murder Death Kill Club on Facebook. You'll be able to find them. They're fucking awesome. Like, they were just great Freedom. Like, death matches in general are amazing, but death matches in Japan for Freedoms are fucking like 10 times better than like anything. Like, those matches were fucking great. And obviously we've got the matches coming up for Freedoms as well. And Takeda came out at the end and blasted Violento Jack with a light tube. So now we've got the next show in August, Violento Jack against Takeda. ERE explodes like the Mega Powers did all those years ago. Anyway, that is it. Finally, I'm back doing this, and after I've edited this episode, I'm going to be making some fucking highlight music videos finally. It's been too long. Anyway, thank you for watching the news that broke glass, episode 19. Sorry for the delay, and I'll be back on Tuesday, probably into Wednesday by the time it's edited. And I will be back on Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday by the time it gets edited and things like that, with our review of GCW's Homecoming Night 1 and 2, and the HJO Can't Take Me Alive show. I'll be doing some quick reviews of that, talking about lots of other deathmatch shit. There's always deathmatch shit. And then by next week we'll probably do 2 episodes next week, just because we will need to talk about Nick fucking Gage. Hopefully beating Chris Jericho on fucking TNT, fucking AEW's Fight for the Fallen. This is deathmatch wrestling is blowing up fucking worldwide. This is fucking sick. MDK all fucking day, and good luck to fucking Nick Gage killing Matt Cardona tonight. Anyway, thank you. And as we say, no deathmatch, no life. Don't mean you.